Ever wonder why some AI cartoons go viral and look like Pixar while others just look awkward and cheap? I've spent months testing every workflow out there, and I finally cracked the code.
Excited roll!
So I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process to create viral quality AI cartoons. No wasted credits and no stiff animation, just results you'll want to share.
Jump with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
But before we generate anything, we need to do something that almost everyone skips. And it's the exact reason most AI cartoons end up looking like a random collection of clips, instead of something that actually feels like a story. So I'll open up Claude and ask it to create a short cartoon story for me. I'll paste in this prompt, and what we get back is a full scene description, as well as a script so that our story is planned before we've generated a single clip. And the reason this matters so much specifically for AI cartoons is that these tools are incredibly sensitive to direction. When you go in with a vague idea, the AI fills in the blanks however it wants, and those blanks are where your consistency falls apart. Your characters look different in every clip, the location shifts, and the energy doesn't match. But when you come in with a locked story, the difference in output quality is immediately noticeable. Now we have this blueprint right here, and everything we'll generate from now on is built on top of this. The next thing we need to do is actually build the visual assets for our AI cartoon, and the tool we're going to use for all of it is called Higgsfield. So I'm inside Higgsfield now, and if you haven't used it before, it might look like there's a lot going on, but everything's cleanly organized at the top navigation bar. The first thing I'm clicking on is Cinema Studio. Cinema Studio is Higgsfield's exclusive generation environment, and it's what we're going to use for literally everything in this workflow, both the assets and the animations. So if you want to follow along with me, I've left a link for Higgsfield in the description below. First, let's create our assets, so make sure you're using image mode for this. When you're generating a stylized cartoon character, you need to set the model to auto. Auto actually follows the stylized direction and gives you that clean animated look we're going for. Now let's build our first character. I'll paste in this prompt. What we get back is this girl who looks exactly like a character you'd see in a Pixar film. She feels warm and expressive, which matches our story perfectly. That is our first character. Now for our second character, I want to create someone that doesn't look human. That's exactly what makes cartoons so great. We don't need to rely on humanoid characters, but we can make any creature we want and it can still look stylized and cinematic. It's the same process, so I'll just paste in my prompt and generate. This is our second character, Puff. He looks like the kind of character you'd immediately want a plushie of, which is perfect for a Pixar-style cartoon. He looks exactly as clumsy and lovable as the story needs him to be. Finally, for maximum consistency, we need to create our location. We stay in Cinema Studio, still in image mode, but this time we change the model to cinematic locations. This setting is built specifically for generating environments, and the quality difference compared to using a standard image model for backgrounds is really noticeable, especially in the depth of the lighting and the detail of the scene. I'll paste in this location prompt and generate. This looks really good. The forest has that warm, golden hour quality that makes everything feel like it's glowing. The colors are vibrant and make the entire landscape feel alive. And everything has real scale and depth. This is a location that's going to carry 3 full scenes without ever feeling flat. Now that we've made all 3 of our assets, we need to save them so that Higgsfield can reference them consistently across every video we generate. Go to Add Reference Media, then Elements, and then Create Element. Upload each image one by one, give each one a name and a category, and hit Save. Once they're saved as elements, they become locked references that the tool pulls from every single time you generate, and that's what gives you character consistency across your clips instead of a character that looks slightly different in every scene. Now that our assets are ready, it's time to start animating. But first, we need to set a specific setting inside Higgsfield that most people completely miss when they first start generating videos. And it's the thing that makes the difference between a cartoon that feels alive and one that just looks like moving images. That setting is the emotion control, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it as we build out each clip. We're staying inside Cinema Studio, but now we're switching from image to video mode. Make sure Cinema Studio 3.0 is selected as your model, because that's the version with the motion controls and character locking that we need for this. Before Before we paste in our first prompt, I want to walk you through the settings panel because getting this right is what separates smooth cinematic animation from that stiff motion that makes AI cartoons feel generated. For every clip we generate, you're going to set your saved characters from the elements we uploaded simply by typing @girl and @puff. Type at forest and river to set your saved location to the forest. Set the duration to 15 seconds, the resolution to 720p, the aspect ratio to 16:9, the audio turned on, and the shot control set to smart. Now for the genre, style, and camera settings. Leave those on auto. These settings are the same for every clip we'll generate, so no need to touch them after that. Now for the emotion control. You'll see a small smile icon next to our character reference names, or below our character images. Click that and set the emotion for each character before you generate. For our first clip, the girl is on joy and Puff is on ecstasy. When you lock in the emotional state before generating, the character's expressions and body language in the video actually reflect that energy. It's a small setting that makes a massive difference in how alive your cartoon feels. Now let's generate using this prompt.
Can't catch me!
Exciting roll!
This is our first clip, and honestly, it looks really good. Both of our characters have intense and fast movements, but the animation remains fluid. The way they react with the environment is also realistic, and all of our assets have remained consistent. That's the Cinema Studio 3.0 motion engine doing exactly what it's built for, and the joy and ecstasy emotion settings are written all over both of our characters' faces. For our second clip, the process starts with one extra step. Let's save our first clip by clicking this download button. Once it's saved, add it as your video reference in the settings panel. This is how we create continuity. By feeding the previous video back in as a reference, the next clip picks up visually and energetically from where the last one ended. Without this step, your clips would feel like separate videos instead of one coherent cartoon. Then click the smile icon below each character and update the emotions. The girl stays on joy, but Puff shifts to apprehension. I'll paste in my prompt and generate.
Puff, you're stuck!
This clip is where the story really starts to feel like a story. The apprehension on Puff's face really shows when he gets stuck in the tree. The animation is also really good, and everything looks like a direct continuation from the previous clip. One thing I'd like to point out is how good the audio is. Both of the characters' voices and the environmental sounds are well balanced and perfectly in sync.
Puff, you're stuck!
And it's the same process for our final clip. Save the second video and add it as the video reference. This time, both characters shift to serenity because this last clip is the emotional resolution of the whole story. Let's see what we get.
Jump with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
This is my favorite so far. We change environments completely as both our characters dive underwater, but everything still feels like it's part of the same world. The way her voice goes higher when she jumps to accompany her movement is a level of detail that most AI tools simply don't offer. And the final seconds demonstrate the serenity we set clearly, making everything feel so powerful. This is the payoff the whole cartoon was building toward, and now it's time to put it all together. I'm pulling everything into CapCut for the assembly, but use whatever video editor you're comfortable with. Drop the 3 clips in sequence and watch how naturally they flow into each other. Because we use the video reference feature to chain each clip to the one before it, the transitions feel continuous rather than cut together. The energy carries across all 3. The characters look the same and the location is consistent. All of that preparation we did is exactly why everything now looks so clean. Add your background music on top. You want the music to follow the emotional arc of the story, the same way the emotion settings followed it in the generation phase. When the audio and the visuals are telling the same emotional story, the whole thing just lands differently. You can export the video now, but before I show you the final result, there's one more step to boost it to a much higher quality and make it feel more polished. So return to Higgsfield, go to the video bar, then select Video Upscale. Upload your assembled clip, and for the model, select Topaz Video because this is the one that handles animated and stylized content the best. Set the resolution to 2K and generate, and this is the final result.
Exciting roll!
Huh, you're stuck. Jump with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
The difference is immediately visible. The whole thing feels like a scene from a real cartoon production. This is what the full workflow produces when you follow every step in the right order. So if you want to go ahead and start creating professional, consistent-looking AI cartoons, go ahead and sign up for Higgsfield using the link down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.